fits, he sits.
Well, he just put his elbow in it, and I'm like, it's okay. I'll just take your elbow. I'll just scooch it out, and then
That's him sharing. It says we're live.
Mm.
Yep.
Still not showing anything on mod view. I just refreshed.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Scrodiger's live. Well, live,
there
but
we
not
go.
really.
There we go.
There we go.
Hey everybody, sorry for the technical difficulties. It's a pantsless stream. It wouldn't be pantsless if it wasn't some tech issues. Anyway, welcome to our Tyranny of Dragons game. I'm Denver, the DM, and my pronouns are she, they, because it's Pride Month. We might as well celebrate. And I'm going to popcorn it over to V2 Blast. Tell us about your character and where we can find you.
Hello, I'm V2 Blast or Viz. Pretty much everywhere on the internet, unless it makes me look bad, then that's someone else. I play Surius at Lolly. So both me and the character use he/him pronouns. Suri is a draconic bloodline sorcerer, a human. And yeah, I'll popcorn it over to, let's see, Grayson for the social.
Hello there. I'm Grayson. I will be your Sir Godric Yams this day. Sir Godric and I both use he/him pronouns, and looking forward to finishing off these cultists. This dragon problem going away.
You have your helmet at the ready.
I do. My helmet is on hand, just in case. I popcorn to Tadpole.
Hi, I'm Tadpole. They, them pronouns. I'll be playing Viridis, the very normal and average human being. Viridis uses she, it pronouns. And last but not least, Evie.
hi, I'm Evie. I use she, they pronouns, and I am playing Jessica, who uses she, her pronouns. And I also just want to say I love that you've with a sticker Godric's helmet. It's the perfect thing. It's great.
Nice. Is it a sticker or is it really just duct tape?
It is really
Well.
just duct tape.
The best kind of sticker.
Yeah, it's very yeah. I don't know if it's going to show up mirrored for everyone or if it flips the video, but for me it's mirrored.
I see it. Yeah.
I see it.
Good. I can't write backwards that well.
Being able to write backwards takes practice. But anyway, last we left off, y'all were dealing with some cultists. And a couple on a boat that one is kind of sandwiched between Godric and Viridis. One's on the docks. A couple more are closer to where Phaedra is. And she is currently manning a ballista and has fired a warning shot across the nose of that's currently attacking Palmaflora. One of your allies, the one who sent a message to all of you, is currently engaged in fisticuffs with another cultist over by the bar. And it seeing as it's top of the round, that means this Viridis is up for combat.
Hey, Viridis is up for combat. So since she's sandwiched between this cultist and Sir Godric, she has advantage because of flanking rules. At least that's what I recall.
That is correct.
Alright, that's a crit. Opening crit.
Off to a good start.
Incredible. Awesome.
That's 12 damage. slashing.
How do you want to do this?
I think she realizes that Godric has gotten her in an advantageous position. So while the cultist is distracted by Godric moving into a certain stance, she does a low sweep and just kind of sweeps him down with her blade.
He does make a lot of
And
noise.
And yeah, she has about 15 feet of movement. She's going to position herself this way. And she's going to try to attack this one that seems like he's approaching Jessica with her offhand. That is a 17 to hit with a bonus action.
that hits.
For 4 piercing as she pursues this cultist that seems to be approaching the very whiny wizard that has been complaining this entire time. and
He
that's
is
my
still
turn.
standing. Well, he is still standing. He's very annoyed that you hit him.
Sure.
But it is currently Jessica's turn. Speaking of our wizard.
I'm not whiny. I'm just sensible, all right? Fighting a dragon is crazy. Now, I'm gonna run away. So yeah, seeing somebody coming towards her, Jessica is gonna like go back a bit, and then also hearing the ballista go off, turning and seeing that Phaedra's over there kind of by themselves, it looks like a little bit, and starting to get swarmed by some people. She is going to try and reposition herself on the field a little bit to her eyes shine, and she casts the destiny with her last spell slot. She casts destiny again as her eyes shine, and she starts to see sort of like after images and jitterings of people as she's going to look for something to help someone somewhere. So let me roll what I got. Big Putty! He just put his face in my dice roller.
That is his prerogative as a cat.
I need my dice roller. Okay, he moved. All right, I got a 4, so I can actually force an enemy to miss something. All right.
Oh, nice.
So that is
Okay, and if I recall, Phaedra was getting the ballista loaded last turn.
last turn
Which
was the
means
fire. I think this turn has to be the load.
Ah.
Yeah, because last turn
Yeah.
they shot it across the nose, and then the blue dragon went what and moved. So
Okay, so this turn Phaedra is working on loading the crossbow, the ballista. And that, yes, I will probably continue to flub and call it a crossbow and then correct myself.
It's just a big crossbow.
Yeah.
I would love
Okay.
to see a giant pick one up and, you know.
Yeah. It's a crossbow for like, large people.
Yeah, it's very medium-sized creature coded to say it's anything but a crossbow. Let's think of the giants among us.
Yep.
Okay, and I do believe that guy is dead, so brings us to Surya.
All right. Surya will firebolt the other cultist by not just.
V2,
Oh, can you hear me?
I cannot hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you. You're a little quiet, but yeah.
Yeah, I can hear him.
Okay. Some people can hear me.
I
some
cannot.
People can't. I feel
Sound
like
a little
that's a
better now.
problem.
Yeah, we might
'Cause
need Denver to reload.
Oh, goody.
no, we've tried so hard.
Internet demons!
The demons.
No.
Don't tell Denver, but She skipped all the turns of the cultists. She bought
Well,
us some
There's-
time.
They're still surviving cultists, or at
They
least
said
one.
they were all dead.
No, they're all
there's
dead.
still a couple. There's still a couple of cultists. Let's try this again, Zuria.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Stop it. All right. So we've still got a surviving cultist still by numbers here, right?
Yeah.
Tadpole, you gotta mute.
All right. Right ahead. And that is that 3 fire or is that only on once? Let me double check my feet. Elemental adept. No, it's just only once. So it's 2 fire damage.
Which one are you targeting?
The one by Nonjus. That's not dead yet.
Okay. This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that. You watch as he. Well, actually, how do you want to do this?
I mean, I'm just going for efficiency, so
Yep.
yeah, just blast him wherever he doesn't have obvious bit of armor. So aim for a weak point.
Okay. You basically watch him turn to ash out of the corner as Non just kind of steps back for a moment and then realizes what direction it came for, and she'll give you a nod of appreciation.
I nod back. I'm like, wow.
Oh, goody! Now I got to figure out a turn. So brings us to Nanjas. And you guys see her head back into the pub. And based on your best guess, she is probably organizing, trying to get the people inside to start heading for the manor house. So brings us to Godric.
All right. Well, it looks like we're doing some efficient work here. I'm going to move out back onto the dock, and then I'm going to move behind this individual. And I'm going to strike with my longsword.
And you do have advantage.
Excellent. That's a natural 14.
That hits.
All right. I forgot to open up Sir Godric Games' character sheet. Let me quickly load that. Okay, yes, that winds up being a dirty 21. So,
Yeah, that
sorry,
definitely hit.
20. Yeah. Okay, and D8 plus 4. That is 7 slashing damage on that cultist. And how are they doing?
How do you want to do this?
I think that he just kind of finds this area here. What's the cultist wearing for armor?
It looks like it is leather armor.
I mean,
So
with a determined enough stab, you can get through that. So he kind of does he kind of puts his arm with the shield around the top of the cultist's shoulder, and then just sticks his sword in, and throws him aside. And then he's gonna keep moving. Yeah, not too concerned about those guys. So he's moved 15 feet, and we're gonna move another 15. Kind of hop off the dock onto the sand over here. I think that was that's 30. And he's headed toward the. Looks like he's headed toward the. Oh, yeah. No, I can't use my bonus action for anything useful. He's headed toward the ballista. It seems like a good spot to rally. Looks like people are moving that way. unless Nanjis is in trouble, but it looks like she's been fine. She's brawling in the street like she winds up doing often enough.
All right. Real quick, can I get everybody to make perception checks?
Sure. Oops. 23 for Viridis.
6 for Sir Godric. I have a -1.
I rolled real bad. I just got a 7.
16 for Surya.
Roll for Phaedra. Okay. Well, Godric and Jessica don't notice this, but Surya and Veritas, you notice somebody starting to walk across the bridge leading from the northern end of town. Yep, that guy.
Someone, okay. Someone. We might need the camera repositioned.
Does he seem like someone we would recognize, or is he too indistinct / far away for us to make out any features?
At this point, he is a little too far away for you to make out any distinguishing features. But you clock him because of the fact that he is approaching the southern island,
All right.
which is where all y'all are at.
Noted.
Which brings us to top of the round with Veritas. Speaking of,
All right. She has dispatched most of the people on the bridge. She's going to take off in a run towards Phaedra because Phaedra is mounting the ballista and looks like she's in danger. So she's going to use her action to dash, interposing herself between Phaedra and whoever this last individual is that might mean her harm. And that is all she can do. That is her turn.
hey, and Jessica, what would you like to do?
Yeah, Jessica's going to continue to be trying to like position herself so that she can keep everybody in line of sight. I think she's going to actually move over here to this dock because it looks like nobody could sneak up behind her. So she's over here and she's keeping that sort of like heat shimmer of magic held around her as she's concentrating on the destiny spell and just keeping an eye out for everybody to make sure that no one's going to get deadly hurt because she can do something about that.
All right. That brings us to
Oh, and I
Phaedra.
guess I'll hold my action because that's just concentrating. I'll hold my action for if somebody does come close to me, I'll stab them.
Nice. Okay, having loaded the crossbow on the last, or I said I would keep calling.
Giant-sized crossbow.
Yeah. Phaedra will fire the ballista. And unfortunately, she misses with it. Brings us to this person, because this guy is still unconscious. And seeing as you are right there, Veritas, they are going to take a stab at you with the scimitar. And I am going to assume that an 8 does not hit you.
No, it doesn't.
Okay. Four, 5, 6. This guy now that he's moved closer, Surya and Viridis, you both notice that he seems oddly confident for somebody who should by all rights be a bit more concerned about the fact that they just walked into the middle of a battlefield.
Because he's kind of approaching at this casual walk, and I'm just trying to put together some pieces here, and we saw this ballista kind of in his direction from where I'm at. Fire, could I have noticed him now? Like kind of walking? Or is it still
Yeah.
not? What does he look like? What's his deal?
Speaking of you, Godric, you know your ability to sense dragons and their kin?
Low level spider sense?
Yeah. It is going full 5-alarm fire right now.
Okay. That's not good.
At this guy?
Just in general, like before it was maybe 3-alarm fire because obviously you got a big frickin' blue dragon on the field, but now something is really
This guy's more dragon than the dragon. I'll kind of lock in on him. Click.
brings us to Surya. And Godric is the only one that is really getting the pinging. So
I'll
special.
I'll call out to this person, and ask, who are you? What are you doing here? And I'll ready a firebolt in case he's hostile.
I'm gonna call out. There's something wrong. Be careful. Wait. There's something wrong. Be careful.
and is that
I'm
your
gonna
turn?
shout, "Are you here to help? We could use it."
Is that your turn, Surya?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll move back a little.
Okay. And that brings us to Nanjas. And you guys see her emerge from the bar leading a group of people. I'm gonna delete that guy so you can see everybody. And they mostly look like tourists. Got an orc, a human, couple of dwarves, a halfling, and a bugbear. Going by the fact that the bugbear currently is wearing an apron, you suspect that's the bartender. And you also, let's get another perception check real quick from everybody.
One moment.
That's a lot better. I got an 18 this time.
I got a 6 this time.
I got a 10. I think Viridis is really locked in on this cultist that's trying to attack Phaedra. She's like full god dog mode right now.
Yeah, I also got a 10. Jessica's just kind of like keeping a scan of everything, trying to like notice where danger is gonna pop off.
Okay. Well, it's very fitting that Godric got the highest and was able to notice this. Godric, you see Nanjas stop, just mid stride, stop and stare at this guy. And it could be a trick of the light, could just be your imagination, but for a moment, you almost swear you could see claws pop out of her fingers.
Thinks to himself, ha ha, that's funny. That's not happening.
And it is your turn, Godric.
All right, we're gonna scooch. I'm gonna pass by Surya and kind of approach to there, and strikes his shield with his sword and points the sword at the guy. I want to draw that point of view over here. Wherever he thinks he's going, I want him to know that there's a party over here. I'm going to. I actually want to get more aggressive. I think I'm going to spend my action to move directly up in front of him. I'm going to dash, and I'm going to wind up right here. And Godric says, "Hello, welcome to this side of town. What can be done for you? We're in the middle of a crisis right now."
Up this close, you can see that he doesn't seem that concerned about the current crisis going on. And he just kind of gives you a bit of a smirk. You know who I am.
Who is this?
You guys will just have to wait and see. There it is.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm just like, I guess I'll wait and see.
Viridis is very absorbed in this one last cultist that is in her way, and she will cut them down, as she has been wont to do, just completely absorbed in this and not really paying too much heed to this strange individual that has shown up all of a sudden in this side of town. Misses with her short sword, and she will work with her offhand. Offhand connects, and she does 5 piercing, just drives her blade into this particular cultist. Just silent and efficient, doing this as quickly as she can.
And remind me, you've hit this one before, or no?
Nope,
Okay,
first time.
so this one is still standing.
She'll move up to here so she can help load the crossbow, provoking an attack of opportunity if the cultist chooses to take it.
Yep. Does a 14 hit?
Nope.
You managed to avoid getting sliced.
Yep. That's her turn.
Jessica.
Yeah, Jessica is there's too many things happening. She's really confused. There's so much going on. So I think she's just gonna like kind of come a little bit closer to be a little bit more available for responding to anything that might be happening. She rolled really bad on her perception check, so she doesn't see clearly what's going on with Godric, or that Lady Blackdrake has, or Madame Blackdrake has like gotten concerned. She's just gonna stand here and keep the spell going, continuing to hold her action against somebody coming into range. She'll attack them, but she's just kind of really focusing on, okay, we got to make sure everybody stays alive. We got to make sure everybody stays okay. Got to look for any aggressions.
With your divination abilities,
Mm-hmm.
some of the things that you're seeing are starting to shift.
Hmm.
You're getting flashes of things like the cultists running away, the dragon getting slain by the ballista,
Uh-huh.
and presence of a much bigger threat coming directly at you.
Okay. I think that this is all still a little bit new. When there's something more than just like a couple of seconds into the future, when there's something that like reaches a little further, it's mostly just feeling at this stage. She's not great at being able to discern all of the details, so that sensation of something bad is on the verge. She's gonna kind of focus in on that to be like, okay, we gotta avoid this path. How can I find a different direction? And is probably not gonna find very many options, but is sort of just really hoping to keep everybody alive. I think at this point she might focus in on Godric because Godric keeps getting himself hit.
That is very fair. And that leaves
Intentional,
us
I swear. It just keeps happening.
Phaedra is currently working on loading the ballista and reminds you, Viridis, that we need to at least leave to try not to kill the cultists. Though she's not sure how much of that you are getting, because she can kind of clock that you're in battle mode. She is telling you and hoping that you are listening.
Alright, so I mean, Viridis at this point, she is facing this way. Looking at this particular individual, does it seem like someone she recognizes?
You would not. You have no idea who this guy is. But something about him is just screaming predator to your instincts.
Understood. Okay. She's locked in.
And brings us to the cultist turn. This wee little cultist is going to move up and try and attack you because you're the one that has been giving her problems.
Man, cultists, read the room.
Guessing a 12 doesn't hit you either.
Nope. She just kind of swats the countess away from the side. She's not even facing the countess at this point. She's just like idly swatting them away, focused on this.
Like nudging a yappy little chihuahua off to the side.
Yeah.
And this guy he is going to try and create some distance between you and him, Godric. He does that.
Does he disengage?
Oh no. Oh no.
I'll give him the benefit of the doubt because I don't know him. Does he have a weapon out? Does he look like what's he look like? Who's this? I gotta know now. I'm looking right at his face. Who is this man who says I know him? Who is this man?
His clothing is could be described as noble or very rich looking. Shades of red. His hair is almost a fiery red. And his eyes are gold.
And he's giving big dragon vibes for me.
Yes.
But do I recognize him? He says I know him.
Oh, you'll see in a moment as he rears back with his dominant hand and then swipes at you with draconic claws.
All right, man.
Well, I've got good news, I've got bad news.
Crit again?
Good news is it's not a crit. Bad news is it's a 21.
Oh, that is badish
no.
news.
He rolled a 4 on the die now as Jessica has zeroed in on Godric, feeling the sensation that something bad is coming, and just like looks straight to Godric. This is Godric's fault somehow.
That's valid.
And as she looks at Godric and she sees this person next to them swipe at them with these big claws, she reaches out and goes, "No!" And the sort of heat shimmer pulses off of her and intercepts, streaking across the battlefield to intercept the what would have been a connecting attack, and instead it adjusts and a different timeline where it misses.
Nice. Nice.
It's an illusion of like a claw hitting his armor, and then it's like, and it goes across the front instead of going in.
You, Godric, since you are right there, you see his attention shift toward Jessica.
I'm right here.
When they look at Jessica, Jessica goes "Eek," and sort of like shrinks back a little bit, like oh no.
Oh no, I've been acknowledged.
Yeah, don't perceive me.
I noticed
Yeah.
me.
I've been perceived. Okay, well, let's brings us to Surya.
Alright. So, since he has, I mean, technically, question for the DM: would my ready attack have gone off since he attacked Sir Godric?
I would say so.
So just before my turn, then, is my ready attack. Firebolt hits for 7. Well, I guess does it hit? So 19.
That hits, actually.
Okay. All right. So 7 fire damage, and then on my turn, I will. I'm gonna cast Chromatic Orb. I think. Let's see. I have 2 spells.
I will say this. Even though you hit him with Firebolt, it does not do as much damage as you thought it should.
Oh, is it the resistance?
Yep. It seems he's resistant.
Turns out it does normal fire damage anyway, because I ignore resistance to fire damage.
Ah,
Ooh.
nice.
Got
Okay, so
elemental adept. Yeah.
you watch him kind of pat out the fire on his clothing. But he is still locked on to Jessica.
Right. Sec. And then on my turn, I will probably do Chromatic Orb. So give me a sec. Yeah. So, let's see. Clank. Make sure I have this set up properly. Eee. That's no bueno. Goes wide.
And you were aiming for that guy?
Yeah.
So
What element did you throw?
Fire.
Goes right over Godric's shoulder, and he's like,
So I will roll a d4 to see, because that is a nat 1 on that.
Well, maybe you got me.
Surya, somehow you managed to hit yourself.
Oh God!
Well, you gotta spin up this diamond to shoot chromatic orbs, so I feel like if you dropped it, it might.
Is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
No. I think that's it.
Okay. Brings us to Nonjus. She is going to see what components does that take. Oh, verbal and somatic. She does series of hand gestures. And let's see, range 20-foot sphere. Okay, it's a pretty good size. Okay. Cast fog cloud. Centered on herself, and that is going to be her turn. And she's doing it to protect the people that she is with. Which means it's Godric's turn.
Godric is noticing him get distracted by Jessica, and he's gonna say, "Excuse me, hello. I feel like I recognize you. You seem easily distracted. Let's focus here for a second. What's your name?"
He just kind of gives you this look like you are beneath him, and he refuses to answer.
That's okay. We can do this with weapons as well. And I'm going to make 2 attacks on him, one with my sword and one with my shield. So we're gonna kind of go in for like a sweeping strike, and then we're gonna try to follow it up. That's not gonna work. That's an 11. And then the shield strike. This literally the same roll. Thank you, dice.
I'm picturing this like you go to hit him, and he just puts a hand on your helmet and kind of pushes you back and holds you at arm's length. So you're kind of windmilling, and he's got you held up back.
That's disrespectful. Well, that's my turn.
And with that, we are going to take a quick 10-minute break. Everybody get some water, get some snacks, breathe. And we will be back at 10 after. Oh, thank you for the bits.
Ooh.
Bits.
Bits.
Thank you, Bard.
Mm.
Hello, everyone. We are back. And it is the top of the round, which means it's Viridis' turn.
Viridis is sandwiched between a cultist that means Phaedra harm and this person that screams predator. It's difficult for her to keep straight of things, and you see her start getting more and more bestial as the stress just kind of starts getting to her, and she shapeshifts involuntarily. Turns like a wolf with a bit of hit points missing. But wolf now.
Fully just werewolf. Fully like full like the whole. Oh my god. Okay. That's
And
so cool.
Using
You
a
would take an opportunity attack from
they can do it.
the.
I trust them.
Does the 17 hit?
Yes, but is she using a mundane weapon?
She is.
Nothing happens. She is a werewolf.
Werewolves
wanna
don't
say-
care.
Yeah, I want to
Yeah.
say that as Jessica standing here and this scary person looked at them after they saved Godric's, like chest plate. And then Jessica sees this werewolf running. She's just confused. She's like, "Oh God, now we've got werewolves attacking us." She's just gonna be confused for a second. I can't imagine how confused Godric is. You're muted. You're muted.
Sorry. Startled night sounds like like it just general like shock and not sure what you are, where you came from, because like it's a bucket. Like
Yeah, narrow field of view.
Yeah,
So.
I do get at least one attack off because this is really an involuntary transformation. She is.
Yes, we are live again. Yay! Sorry about that, folks. Lenny, we can see the technical stuff. But anyway, Viridis has just become a motherfucking werewolf.
Yeah, so she kind of just goes on her force. She's still wearing her cloak, and you can see that the patches of like dark scales that she has on her body and like mottling her face and parts of her body, they don't change despite her becoming this huge werewolf. And you see her pounce onto this man that she has perceived as a predator in an attempt to protect this strange tin can that has been trying his best to protect everyone else. But her claws impact an unseen shield, and she just kind of skeets back, whimpering, almost startled by this motion. But she's on force. She's this hybrid creature that's still in the heavy cloak. You can hear the chittering of the drakes underneath it.
Oh,
And
the drakes are still there. Oh, I'm sorry. That's just too cute.
yeah,
they also transform
they
into little
freaking out?
werewolves.
they're still in her cloak. So yeah, that's pretty much her turn. She
Okay. Brings us to Jessica.
Interesting development.
Yeah, I think that given a second, since this werewolf is wearing all of Viridis's stuff, it becomes clear to Jessica what's happening, and so she'll understand.
Viridis.
Yeah, that this is Viridis, and a little scared that guy looked straight at her when she stopped him from hurting Sir Godric. She's going to run this direction a little bit for maybe some support from Phaedra. And then hold an action. That's all she's got.
I believe there is still a cultist there.
There is, but
There's
they seem
like
useless.
10 feet, 10 feet between them. So
Yeah, and they seem useless. I don't know. Phaedra's gonna backhand him and they'll be fine. That's my turn.
speaking of Phaedra, yeah, she's just gonna backhand the cultist. And yeah, that hits. The cultist looks very surprised to be getting backhanded. And it is now the cultist's turn. The cultist is going to try and attack Phaedra because Phaedra just up and bitch slapped her. Oh boy. That's an @1 for the cultist. Okay.
I mean, the last person they attacked turned into a werewolf. I'd be cautious after that too. What if I stab this dragonborn and they turn into a werewolf too?
You know how sometimes kids will go, stop hitting yourself, stop hitting yourself. Yeah, the cultist does that without Phaedra's help. They hit themselves.
Oh no.
And this guy,
Skill issue.
yeah, really. This guy is just going to chuckle as let's just put it this way. He takes a deep breath and then transforms.
Okay.
Saw it coming.
And now, standing before you and Godric is an adult red dragon.
Okay.
Godric,
Cool. I love
you
that.
recognize this dragon.
I don't like that.
You know this dragon is, forgive me if I butcher the name, Glartaxis?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well. You're right. We do know each other.
Glartaxis is going to take off into the air, which gives Viridis and Godric opportunity attacks.
You're not getting away this time.
Noted. She's going to try to strike them with
Yeah, I'm gonna try to strike 2. Let's go team.
with normal roll.
Oh.
Misses, just kind of like pathetically lashes out at this dragon as it escapes her grasp.
19 to hit.
Ooh.
Viridis, you miss. Godric meets it, beats it.
That's bad. Okay. We got ourselves 8 slashing non-magicals, just regular longsword slashing damage.
And Jessica, if I could have you make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, I got a +4.
It's frightful presence.
Ah, dirty 20, modded 20.
Dang. So yeah, you make your save.
Oh, is this against fear?
Yeah, this is against
No,
the
I'm gonna take disadvantage on that. She has been afraid of dragons this whole time. I'm gonna take disadvantage on that. Makes sense narratively.
Also, is it just Jessica that is doing this too?
7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Okay, so you are now frightened of the red dragon.
That makes sense.
Maybe the fear is based on that it was looking right at you and now is like, whoosh.
Oh yeah.
And off in the distance, you hear the blue dragon just snarl and shout, "What are you doing here?" At Glorataxis. And
They have history.
Glorataxis is going to fly up and then swoop down and go for you, Jessica.
Was the blue dragon saying that to the red dragon, or vice versa?
The blue dragon was not happy to see the red dragon there. So
I was technically holding my action. So I am going to technically poke at this dragon.
Aren't you
Oh
terrified?
my god. I rolled really fucking well.
Even with the disadvantage?
Even with the disadvantage, I rolled
Wow.
2 18s.
Nice.
Knife
But-
finds a way.
Whereas, hold on, I have a spell attack plus 6, so 24 to hit.
that hits.
Holy shit! I do damage. Oh, okay. Hang on. I'm not ready for this. Dagger is a D4
From hell's
plus.
heart I stab at thee.
Yeah. Okay, that's 4 damage on my D4, so that's 8, and it's radiant because it's magic. So she like stabs out, and there's this like wobble as the magic finds a place that actually will connect, and it slides between a couple of these scales, and this radiance just bursts forth as she stabs it, and then she goes, "Oh, I'm so sorry."
There's like a muffled scream kind of thing.
Immediate regret.
Immediate regret. Oh no. That was reflex. I'm sorry. No. It's okay.
Does a 24 to attempt to grab you?
24 will hit. Do I do a that's well past my armor class. For grappling, do I do a strength?
Athletic.
Athletics.
Yeah,
acrobatics.
strength or athletics or athletic. Yeah. That.
Yeah.
Words are hard.
Well, I rolled 8 plus 3, 11. That's my acrobatics. I squirm for an 11.
You are he grabs you in his claws. And let's see. I gotta measure distances.
I believe Glarataxis is a she, but
she.
good enough.
It's okay.
Okay.
Gender fluid dragons are okay.
They're fluid dragons.
Yeah, she's lived long
They're a
enough
boy
that
one
she's
day, a girl
decided that.
another.
Yeah, exactly. She's lived long enough that she's like, let it be. It's Pride Month.
I'm gonna try being a boy this month.
Exactly. I'm boy moding this month.
Boy mode today.
I mean, according to the
And
Pathfinder
she-
wiki, it's male. But
They are going to fly up, carrying you up 40 feet, Jessica, and then turns to the north.
I absolutely scream, bloody scream. Like my whole lungs are in it. I am screaming my heart out. And my little tiny chest does its best to follow, and then falls to the ground as the magic breaks.
Oh.
No.
Brings us to Surya.
Godric yells,
Lady Jessica!
all right. I'm going to, question my life choices, but also firebolt this red dragon. Actually, no. Well, chromatic orb. 23.
That hits.
All right.
What type of damage?
That's fire damage, and I ignore its resistance.
Don't ignore its immunities, though, right?
Okay, that is true. Then, yeah, it's a good point. In that case, I will not do higher damage. I'll do, let's say, cold damage.
Okay. And what is the damage on that?
Let me see. Ooh. It's 10 cold.
Nice. It doesn't seem to be slowing the dragon down any, but damage is damage.
Godric's gonna call out, "Be careful what you do. This dragon is enough of a bastard to move its people held in claws in the way of attacks made against it. We might wind up hitting Lady Jessica if we're not careful. Believe me, I know this dragon."
Jessica's just screaming.
Brings us to Nanjas. She's going to drop her spell. And she... Come on. I don't think that one will reach, but she is going to cast she's going to take a page out of your book, Surya, and cast Chromatic Orb. And she is going with acid damage. And she is going to watch and scowl as it completely misses. Because she got a 5 on the die. So Godric, you are up.
All right. So far, because Glarataxis is still here, did it scoop Jessica? Did she scoop Jessica and fly away, or is she still present?
She has scooped Jessica up and is starting to make for the north.
Make her way downtown. All right. There's a second ballista here.
Yep.
Godric's gonna. Is it visible? I don't know if I know that that's there. I'm gonna run over here and help.
Um,
Well, you'd have seen it on the way
point
in.
of yeah, I believe that Phaedra did fully load the ballista that is there and has not
Yeah.
fired it. So there
It
is
is
a
loaded.
load sitting.
It is loaded. It has not been fired.
Mhm.
Because Phaedra took her turn to bitch slap the cultist.
Yes.
Godric's gonna boogie over here. He's close enough to like interact with it, but do you want him to, like position the opposite side of the ballista to aim it, kind of thing, or like, you know what I'm saying? Like, should he be on the south end of the ballista to aim it to the north, or is that something that doesn't matter?
It doesn't matter.
Okay, he's gonna scooch in there, and since Phaedra seems distracted, he's going to look at the. Is there any rope nearby?
There is some rope nearby that looks like it's meant to be used for repairs if necessary.
How much? Just on a quick eyeball,
50
looks
feet.
down. 50 feet of rope. How far away have they flown?
They are about
I think
there.
you said we went up about 40 feet or something in the air.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can the ballista swivel enough to point up at the dragon?
It'll be close.
Okay. He's putting together a plan, but I feel like it'll actually foul up the narrative. So I'm considering tying
Do
the
it.
rope to the
Just do
ballista
it.
bolt and
Yeah.
then firing that at the dragon and anchoring the dragon. But I don't know how strong the rope is. There's so many variables here, and I'm just putting that out there. So that's what
Go
he's
ahead.
going to do because he's
You
fought
can
this dragon.
certainly go
Yeah.
ahead and give it a go.
What kind of action is it to tie the rope? We'll start there.
I will say bonus action.
Object.
Okay, he'll
Okay.
use his bonus action and I guess object interaction maybe too to kind of secure this rope. We're thinking like harpoon kind of angle where you have the rope on it and then So he's gonna jump on this and just start tying this, and he's like,
You're not getting away this time.
and he'll make that happen, and then he's going to ready in action. He's gonna angle the ballista to try to catch dragon as soon as it starts moving into the field of aim for the ballista. So for now, because it's a little bit, Glarataxis is a little out of the angle. He's just gonna wait till he gets a shot.
Okay. And that brings us to Veridus.
Viridis kind of is on force, kind of scrambling about, like a dog that sees a thunderstorm and gets scared.
Oh.
Yeah, hasn't even had time to process that.
And she's gonna move towards the ballista, just kind of using her raw strength to kind of jerk it in a direction where it is facing, at least like the bottom half of like Glaratrax's belly, so that if it fires, it allows Godric a clean path upwards. So she just kind of goes over and you see her just claws onto the ballista and just jerks it with her entire body. She has the strength to do so.
You give it a greater range of motion?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Is that your turn?
Yeah, that'll be my turn. I don't think Godric wants to fire it yet.
Not until I get a good shot. Gooder shot. Not until I get a gooder shot.
Yep, sure. I mean, she's here next to this person, but I don't think I get an attack off on her.
Jessica, you're up.
Jessica instinctually is trying to get free, and then as she sees the ground very rapidly separating from her, she stops trying to get free, and is going to try and I don't know. I think
Yeah, I think they covered that in the first Spider-Man movie when he's fighting Vulture, and Vulture goes whoosh way up in the air, and it's suddenly like, "Don't let go! Don't let go of me!"
yeah. I think she's just gonna try and like stab its toe. Well, no, because that'll make drop her. So she like takes her knife and she's gonna stab the toe, and she's like, put me down, and she's gonna use just a minor illusion to cast at this dragon something looking like a sword swiping at its face in an effort to like, I don't know, make it duck. She's trying to make it duck down closer. That's her intent.
Okay. What is your spell DC?
It's a 14. I'm level 1.
Is functions investigation. The dragon flinches, but in doing so, it tightens its grip slightly on you.
Okay. But mechanically, can I say, since it flinches, that might give Godric advantage on their attack?
I'll allow it.
Okay. when it tightens its attack, she goes, okay, never mind.
Well, at least you know it's not going to drop you. Phaedra is up. She is very concerned by the fact that Viridus is now a werewolf. And the fact that Jessica just got snatched by a big old dragon. She's gonna try and knock this cultist out. This one that's been kind of a pain in the butt. And that would be non-lethal. So yeah. This cultist gets knocked out too. So now you guys have 2 unconscious cultists. Because this guy's still laying there where he was knocked out. And the one that was being a pain in the butt before, so.
That's one too many. Just kidding.
And then she will help you get the ballista aimed with the rest of her, with her bonus action. Which means it is now the dragon's turn.
All right, so we got 3 people helping to aim this. I think that Godric's feeling pretty good about this teamwork.
Yeah, the dragon flies up another 20 feet and moves.
And he says, "Steady. Okay, aim for the body. Make sure you miss Jessica, and let's pull." And the 3 of us fire this ballista.
Go ahead and make a ranged weapon attack. It is a +6 to hit.
Ooh, I got a natural
Have
19.
advantage.
Yeah, I got a natural 19, so that's 25.
That hits. Damage is 3d10.
Whew. She will not enjoy this. They will not enjoy this.
He will not enjoy this.
That's true. Okay, we got good numbers too. We got 6, 7, and 8. So that makes a grand total of what? 14 plus 7, 21 damage?
Yep.
Yeah, and like tongue, and like I guess the bolt sticks in.
And
And then the rope goes, and it's like, I don't know if that's gonna work, but it's on.
Yeah.
Can I make a reaction to grab the rope?
I would say that's actually a bonus action.
Okay. Oh, I had it readied, so that's. Oh yeah, and I already spent my reaction
Yep.
to do my readied, so.
Yeah.
Surya, you are up.
All right. I will. What to do? Might just have to pull out a crossbow. Let's see. Move towards it and pull out my crossbow and shoot at it because I don't have another ranged cantrip. It does not fire damage. All right, crossbow. Miss.
Okay. That unfortunately does not hit.
Wish I had sorcery points so I could make a new spell slot or something. All right, that's my turn.
Gotta save up that XP.
Brings us to Nanjas. And 80 feet. Nobody ever said that I would need to use geometry in DND.
It's a squared plus b squared equals c squared.
Yeah, am I hearing the siren call of the Pythagoras theorem?
Yeah. Nonjus will run up to here. Magic missile on the dragon.
Hell yeah.
3.
She doing first level?
7. 11 points of damage. That is not slowing the dragon down any. And Godric, you're up.
He looks at the rope rapidly unspooling at his feet and just like, oh, I suppose this is how it goes. And he's gonna reach down and grab the rope. And then I'm ready in action to climb the rope in such a circumstance that my arm is not dislocated and I am not flung to my death, and am just hoping for the best, but this is me also planning for the worst. So best case scenario is the rope goes, it's not anchored. Maybe I could just anchor it. Maybe that's smarter. Let's anchor it.
Yeah.
Let's anchor it.
Yeah.
We'll tie it around anything super sturdy.
Right now, the sturdiest thing you've got is the ballista.
We're putting it around that ballista, around the base, as much of it as I can use while it's going. And then I'm gonna just tie it up as hard as I can. And I'll use my. No, I think that's it. I can't. I'm gonna move in that direction after doing so.
Okay.
He kind of locks in pretty hard on this being a big deal, so he's gonna boogie over here.
All right. And with that, we are going to end for the day. Because it is almost 1 o'clock on my end. And all right, let's go ahead and wrap things up. Let's go in reverse order this time. Which was Evie, right?
I think, yeah, I think that means me. Okay. Hi, I'm Evie Story. You can find me at Evie Story on most social medias. I am, I don't know, getting stabilized and gonna do stuff. You can check out there for announcements on such things. Oh, I forgot to put the announcement for today's stream up. Okay, well, when I remember, there will be announcements there.
And then that means we go to Tadpole next, right?
Hi, I'm Tadpole. I am on Polywag at Blue Sky. I post stuff there sometimes. Most of the time, it's mouthing about the video game industry and how terrible it is to find work. I have been Viridis, your very well-adjusted human being. I'm taking this gag with me until I die. So, yeah, it's been great. Thanks for watching.
Ordinary, regular human.
Yes, very regular human being with five pet drakes.
That's normal.
Very normal.
I still hoped they would transform as well. Maybe we'll convince you.
Hey, V2.
Hi, I'm V2 Blast, or Viz. I play Sorius Lolly, both he, him pronouns. You can find me everywhere on the internet at, the username V2 Blast. Unless it makes me look bad, then that's someone else.
And Grayson.
Hi. Hello. I'm Grayson. I was playing Sir Godric games, who might have something like a, I don't know. We might get more crazy with it as we go. Choosing to restrain the rope was a last minute idea, but yeah. I guess we'll see what happens next time. I'm on Instagram, not really. The Asocial Butterfly. It's listed in the Twitch chat, and this has been fun. Let's tangle with an adult red dragon. What could go wrong, right? It's fine.
It's fine. We're level
Backstory
1.
dragon.
We can do this.
Yeah,
It's
my literal
fine.
backstory dragon. I'm sure that won't be a problem.
Mhm.
Not a problem.
We're good.
And I am Denver. You can find me on Blue Skies Dendinius and here at Pantsless Tables every Tuesday, either running this game or playing in Blades in the Dark. I will also be in Game 3 of this year's Pride event and running Game 5 here on Pantsless Tables. So I hope you all have a good day, good time zone, and thank you all for watching. Bye.
Bye.
Ah.